$3 on the tote, and it's virtually equal pick with 3 Deal de More and 8 Grand Society. I can join those well wishes to from well back. Resumes here, and they're set and they're away in the first, and it was a good start too. Feel on one of the first out. Golden Show ridden aggressively, trying to retain the inside. A 12 West is coming over in the early part. Monaco misses easing out of that tough battle, and Grand Society is still pressing on with Deal de More. So they've run it pretty solidly in the first part, and it's now a 12 West going to the front. Grand Society with the winkers on, or the blinkers on, leading by 3/4 of a length, is sitting second on a 12 West, and 2 lengths away in third came Golden Show. Now Deal de More ending up with a nice trail, fourth on the outside, about 3 lengths to Feel On, 3 lengths to Monaco Miss, 4 lengths to Check Our Bees, and 2 lengths Yakama. At the 900 they've strung it out because they've run it pretty solidly early, and a 12 West leading by 3/4. Grand Society second, 2 lengths away in third Golden Show. Deal de More on the outside fourth, and then 2 lengths to Feel On, followed by Monaco Miss. Check Our Bees is back to second last, and last is Yakama coming up towards the turn. At the 600, and a 12 West has been given a little bit of a breather mid-race, leading narrowly. Grand Society on the outside second as they've bunched up around the turn. Deal de More in the blue colours third. Golden Show hard ridden the inside. Feel On's gone up to them very strongly out wide on the course, and then Monaco Miss. And next is Yakama, 6 or 7 from the leader outside, Check Our Bees. At the 300 now, a 12 West was the first beaten, and Deal de More's gone to the lead with Feel On the challenger. Grand Society kicking strongly along the inside. Deal de More got to the 150. Half a length in front of Feel On, who's under the weapon, still coming. Deal de More being tackled now by Feel On. Feel On going home a shade the better in a bombing photo, and might have just got it, I'd say. Maybe Feel On from Deal de More. Grand Society 2.5 away third, then Monaco Miss. Next to 12 West, Yakama, and then a break to Check Our Bees, and Golden Show was last in. Looks like Feel On might have finished a shade the better on the outside for Deal de More. Time is pretty solid, 1:34.5, 1:34.5, and the number's about to come up in the first on the program. It's a photo finish. Feel On going home slightly the better on the outside. A bobbing go though, and here it is. 5 Feel On gets it. 5 Feel On, Stephen Baster and Danny O'Brien first. 3 Deal de More, Danny Nikolic and Andrew Noblet second, and the third should go to Grand Society, is waiting on that number to be semaphored in the first on the card. Stood up at the home turn, was always going to win at that point, but took a little while to beat off Deal de More. Very disappointing run under these hot conditions by 12 West, who sweated up pretty profusely, did some work early and had nothing left over the closing stages.
The news from the track is that Monterico has been very well supported. It's the news from Randwick. Very good money for Monterico. Correct weights in from Flemington as we join Terry Bailey for the first at Randwick.
Matthew, good morning again, and this has been heavily back Monterico. $2 on the tote, you won't get that. He's very firm in the ring, is in 40 cents, runs the clear favourite, an odds-on favourite. On a prayer, opened up reasonably short, but he is eased out as Nick joins us from Sky. Just reporting, Nick, that Monterico heavily backed on track. You won't get the $2. He's well in the red. On a prayer, has heavily strapped back offside leg, and everything else is really eased. Now they're moving forward. Rum Bullion coming up. First race on Expressway race day. Expressway Stakes the feature along with the Light Fingers and the Royal Sovereign, all at Group 2 level. Some of the real stars of the Australian racing scene back in action. We're racing on the Kensington track. The track looks in tip-top order. Already racing, and Monterico began beautifully out in the centre of the line. Going away quickly as Mi Piace wide out on the track, going to the lead, but On a Prayer is going to burn through and join it, and Monterico settles a close third. 2 lengths away behind those La Ventana. They were followed by Mind the Step. He's a little bit wide. Rum Bullion's improving inside of that brigade. About 3 or 4 away is Sissile. He's got no early speed today under race conditions, and Savabeel on the fence last. Mi Piace and On a High lead coming around the bend. Monterico is going up, starting his run. He's drifting off the inside. He's coming out about 3 and 4 deep, boss. And Rum Bullion, meantime's got a beautiful run through to go to the front. On straightening, Rum Bullion leads the way narrowly from Mi Piachi. Monterico given full bore. Mind the step the outside. Savabeel behind those. On a press drop back. On the outside, Mi Piachi in front. Here comes Savabeel with a great run. Savabeel's moved up to Mi Piachi, Rum Bullion, Monterico and Mind the Step, but it's Savabeel. The Zabeel colt is blitzing them with 50 metres to go, and Savabeel's going to canter in. 1 by 3.5 to Mind the Step. Rum Bullion third, a lip in front of Monterico and La Ventana. They were followed by Sissile, who dropped right out in the straight with pulling up very quickly past the line. Mi Piachi and On a Prayer has run last. Savabeel, the winner, number 4, $19.340. Had no early speed. It was back at the tail of the field with Sissile. But the Zabeel colt, who went through the sales for, I think it was about $400,000 out of the very good mare, Savannah Success. And when let down, he just rounded them up in one stride for Larry Cassidy and has absolutely blitzed his more fancied rivals. Mind the Step, ridden by Darren Beedman for Barbara Joseph, has run second after looming up. And Rum Bullion, who got a beautiful run through when they left the rail, has finished third. Monterico track wide coming around the home bend, but you could tell at the top of the straight he was no $1.70 chance. And he is in a photo for third spot. I fancy he may just run fourth. And behind those, La Ventana, Mi Piachi. Sissile never fired a shot, and On a Prayer, who was heavily strapped, has run Stone Motherless last. 4, 1, 6 and 2 confirmed by the judge. Here's the TAB information. Savabeel $19 and $3.40. Mind the Step at $1.80. And Rum Bullion at $1.80. Exacta $146.40. Quinolas paid $70.80. Trifecta is $1,345.50. First four $3,694.10. 4.5 lengths. It's a clear-cut victory. A long neck second and third. The time is 58.68. 58.68. Record for the track. Pride and Power 57.4. 35.37 the last 600 metres. And he just exploded, that horse. He's got the pedigree to be anything. Some Zabeels, there's a few of them. Some of them just jump out of the ground early. Not many, but the ones that do are normally very, very good. And this bloke, he is pretty smart, Savabeel. He's a 2-year-old brown colt by the great Zabeel out of Savannah Success. I remember calling her winning an Ansett. She was a very good mare. She struggled in Brian York, I think, rode her on that occasion to win by a narrow margin. She also won a surround stake. She was top grade. Raced by Graham Rogerson, B. Reid, Max Whitby, W. Choi and M. A Church, bred by Glen Logan Park stud Larry Cassidy and Graham Rogerson. And Graham, he might get past Gay Waterhouse in the Trainers' Premiership the way he's going at the moment. He is fair dinkum flying his horses.
Everything right. It showed speed, it showed terrific strength, it ran very good time and looked very good. Won with something in hand, and the thing that I liked about it, big and strong. That is the key element for a race like a Golden Slipper, Matt.
Yeah, I believe they're heading towards the Slipper and won't run in the Blue Diamond. By the way, the latest on the Blue Diamond, Alinghi is a very firm favourite for that one with the fixed odds. $3 for Alinghi. One World and World Peace are both at $4.75. World Peace is not nominated, so they'd have to pay the late entry. Wager at $9 for the Blue Diamond, the Sydney filly. Then Grandma Gertie, Oratorio, San Zero and Squad are all currently $11. It's the fixed odds for the Blue Diamond, which is not far away now. Let's take you back to Flemington for the running of the Talendert Stakes. Here's Greg.
Right, I bet they are running just a little bit late. Still around about 4 or 5. Well, they're set. Ready, racing. And Smooth Groove again a little awkward, but did jump better with them. And Air Hostess and Glasnost begin quickly with Tirade in the early stages. Croatian Prince coming this side, and so does Oddball. And in the early part of the race, Dover Heights went over their heels and went to the outside rail as they came to the 800 metres over on the flat side, and there's only 3 left down there. And Portland Q racing 3 away from the rail has gone up to join Shiloh, and Belzane is on the fence. Coming to the 600 metre mark now, and the grandstand looks to have a pretty long lead in this race at this stage. And it's Smooth Groove against the fence in front of Lord of Lauriston, and close up is Air Hostess, 3 away from the rail. Wider out is Croatian Prince in the red sleeves, already under the whip and then Tirade. Glasnost trying to work clear, and then Dover Heights, an oddball last of that division on the inside section now, and Shiloh has raced to the lead, but I'd say the grandstander a mile in front, where Air Hostess has sprinted quickly and she's dashed to the lead from Smooth Groove. Tirade is running on. Air Hostess in front of Smooth Groove, who's having another go, but Air Hostess is holding on and gets home. Air Hostess has just won it from either Smooth Groove or Tirade, who wobbled everywhere, and then Glasnost, and not far away was Shiloh. Beat that inside division clearly, but has missed out. Back behind these horses, Croatian Prince and Oddball, and they were trailed further back in the field then by Dover Heights. Portland Q and Belzane next over on the flat side, and Lord of Lauriston is well back and probably last on the grandstand side of the track. I think Air Hostess has won again. Yeah, she'll get it. She just keeps on producing. Number 2, Air Hostess, Mark Zara and Robert Smurden. She's a tiny little thing, but she's got a good motor, and a real turn of foot put the issue in her favour coming towards the 200 metre mark. And then she really toughed it out when Smooth Groove came back at her strongly, but she's got home. 2, Air Hostess, Mark Zara and Robert Smurden. Second placing, number 6, Smooth Groove, Dan Nikolic and Andrew Noblet. And third place goes to number 7, Tirade, Greg Childs and Matthew Elliott. Just got the wobbles up when he got into clear room and ran towards the inside late in the race. Fourth home, Glasnost, and fifth in was Shiloh, who's been a terrific run down on the flat side, beating that division comfortably. Time 1:3.5, 1:3.5, 2, 6 and 7 numbers on race number 2.
Thanks, Greg. She's a nice filly. 3 starts for 3 wins, and she was well backed on the tote in the end into 370. That's where we leave Flemington. We've got race 2 at Randwick coming up in about 10 minutes' time, and the runners are in the mounting yard. So let's have a look before they go out. There's Deer Hill, number 1, an 8-year-old afternoon. But right now, let's take you back to Kensington, back to Terry for the second.
Okay, Matthew, I've got a little bit to report and Darren on Born to Conquer. Second race, Kensington, they're set to jump. 1800 metres. Gates are back. Al Jamil fast away. The grey Azam Valley commenced very quickly. He's on a mission to a clear early lead. Born to Conquer being heeled along to take up a forward position. Coming across Deer Hill and Desert Brigadier's trapped out about 4 deep, sliding forward. 2 to Ash Sin. God Help Me, Most Wanted went out last as they spear down the back. Azam Valley is the front runner. Deer Hill's working across to sit up at his flanks on the outside. Born to Conquer at the 1400 metres mark, a length away third. 1.5 Al Jamil inside of Desert Brigadier. 2 Ash Sin, God Help Me and Most Wanted. Halfway along the back, and Deer Hill's taken over for Chris Muntz at the 1200 by 2 lengths on Born to Conquer being sent forward. Azam Valley drops in third, 2 to Desert Brigadier. The 3-year-old Al Jamil about centre field, 5 from the speed on the rail, and Cassidy's giving him a dig up. He's throwing the reins at him to get his mind on the job. 2 away is Ash Sin, God Help Me and Most Wanted. They come down the side, and Deer Hill under his big impost is the front runner. He's out by a half on Born to Conquer, and Beedman has got him well in his sights. 2 lengths away, Desert Brigadier going up around Azam Valley. Al Jamil's never travelled on the bit. Again, Cassidy is shaking the reins at him from Ash Cindy's outside. 2 to Most Wanted, and God Help Me not responding, given a flick with the whip. 600 metres to go. Born to Conquer is putting the acid test on the leader, Deer Hill. Desert Brigadier's 3 deep and chasing. 2 away, Ash Sin coming with a run. They're all under the stick. Al Jamil's locked up behind those, improving Azam Valley from Most Wanted, and God Help Me. Born to Conquer went to the front. 350 to go on straightening up. He drew a half, 3/4 in front. Deer Hill whacking away. Ash Sin, Desert Brigadier. Al Jamil's not picking up, and Most Wanted is coming down the centre. Born to Conquer in front at the 200 from Deer Hill. Ash Sin, Desert Brigadier, Most Wanted are all trying hard. Boy, they're tied. Still in front, Born to Conquer with 50 metres to go. Most Wanted ran to second. Born to Conquer in front. Beedman's throwing everything at the kitchen sink at him, and he gets him home. Most Wanted ran second. Deer Hill or Ash Sin for third. Desert Brigadier petered out. Al Jamil never travelled on the bit. He's run well back with Azam Valley, and last of all, God Help Me. It was almost as if they were coming down the straight in slow motion. They were really struggling the last 400 metres, and Born to Conquer in a staying test has proven too good for Darren Beedman and Gerald Ryan. Darren's ridden him for, I think, 2 rides now and 2 victories, and both on the Kensington track. Second prize to Most Wanted, Nikita Berryman for Mike Petrovic from Queanbeyan. And we stand by for third between Deer Hill and Ash Sin. No numbers up as yet. Time is 1:50.84. That's a class record. Previous record to Risky at 152.44. They've smashed that at 150.84. The track record to Restless at 148.91. It's 5-7-1 Deer Hill getting third, Chris Muntz. Fourth going to number 4, that being Ash Send. Numbers confirmed 5, 7, 1 and 4. Last 600 metres 38.43. I've got to be honest, I don't think I've ever called a race ever where they took an eternity to get down the home straight. They seemed to be just going so slow. They were trying to get to Born to Conquer. They could hardly lift their feet, some of those horses. They were very, very tired. Born to Conquer on the TAB at $3.20 and $1.30. Most Wanted, number 7, $12.80 and 1 Deer Hill, $1.60. Exacta, $150. Quinola, $149.40. Trifecta, $704 neat. The first 4 on 5, 7, 1 and 4, $2,945.70. A length and a quarter, the winning margin, 1 1/4.
All right, Terry, in the first 4, 5, 7, 1 and 4, $2,945.70. That's Born to Conquer. He certainly doesn't mind the inner track there at Randwick. He's now won 2 in a row on that.
Silver Birch looks fantastic. He's the genuine horse in this event.
He's just not quite getting him back to his best. Is that fair comment?
Oh, I think so. I think any horse that has any surgery, he had a small bit of surgery.
All in. Ready to run for the Poitrel. They're off at the 1800 metres, and Tuareg jumped pretty well down towards the inside, and Gauchi immediately shows his intentions and kicks the 3-year-old out by 2 lengths. Disco Hips and Silver Birch pressing on the outside. Whistler's Gypsy settling down in 4th, then came Personal Image, and 2 lengths away is Red Roach. Tuareg is the leader, heading out towards the 1400 metres, out by 2 lengths. Silver Birch up in 2nd placing now. Disco Hips on the rail in 3rd. Whistler's Gypsy's a length and a half away. Personal Image 3/4 back on the rail, and a length and a half to Red Roach. As they run along the back now, heading towards the 1200 metres, and Tuareg out by 2. Silver Birch in 2nd placing. On the rails in 3rd placing then is Disco Hips, and the pace has dropped out of the race a bit. Whistler's Gypsy 4th with cover. Personal Image on the inside, and last of all Red Roach 7 from the leader. As they head to the 1000 metres now, and Tuareg being left alone in front, and he's slowing the tempo every 200 metres or so here, Gouch, and he's got them really walking now. Tuareg 3/4, Silver Birch. Disco Hips a length and a half away. Whistler's Gypsy the outside. Personal Image is second last by the 800 metres, and Red Roach is last of all. Tuareg dictating it coming up towards the turn. They've got 650 left to go. He leads by a half. Silver Birch second. Whistler's Gypsy going up wide. Disco Hips waiting behind the leader, and then Personal Image the centre, and Red Roach 3 deep and coming with his run around the outside. Tuareg came to the 500 metres, leads by a length and a half from Silver Birch. Disco Hips the inside. Red Roach puts in a burst. Personal Image trying to work clear, and Whistler's Gypsy next. Tuareg still the leader, comes to the 300. He's got to kick the youngster. He's out 2.5 now from Red Roach on the outside of Silver Birch, and then Disco Hips, but inside the 200, and Tuareg's looking pretty good. He's 3 lengths in front. The rest are battling Red Roach and Silver Birch with Disco Hips and Personal Image, but Tuareg all the way. The Gouch is a wonder in front. Beats Personal Image, I think, getting through for second. Red Roach on the outside and Silver Birch. Photo for the miners. Disco Hips didn't go on, and last Whistler's Gypsy. Well, he really rode a beautiful race. Not too many better front-running jockeys in Australia than Darren Gauchi. Immediately the gates opened, he was not going to give anyone a sniff for the lead. He bounced that 3-year-old straight into the bridle, and then he just slowed the tempo down mid-race around the big turn, and nothing was going to take off there, and then he sprinted away from them. A beautifully planned ride by Darren Gauchi for John Hawkes on Tuareg, number 7. Time 150.6. He was too good. Good photo for the miners. Personal Image will get through and get second. 5 is second, Personal Image. 4 is third, Red Roach. Numbers are 7, 5 and 4. Fourth in, number 1, Silver Birch. And fifth of the 6, Disco Hips, 150.6. Tuareg too good. Last year, Darren rode a horse called Leather Lane for John Hawkes, who led all the way in this very race. 7, 5, 4 numbers on race number 3. He's just beautiful to watch, Gauchi in front, and he just slowed them up, as I said, and sprinted away.
Event Bashir, number 8, remains the favourite at $2.90. Darren Beedman looking for a double in consecutive races after he won the previous on Born to Conquer for Gerald Ryan. And there's Costa Nothing well in the market at $5.10.
Rain, Corey Brown, and Corey riding Cat Rain. He rode Bashir, of course, last time out. So it's 290 Vashir, 530 Costa Nothing. 730 Miss Bowie's had support. Curvy Girl 1380's had support. Templet is firm 720. And Cat Rain at $9.90. Lady Rimlap's had backing at a price $17.50 on the tote. Razor Jane about to move in. Cat Rain to come up. I think they've been dying to ride her back in behind, but they've had no other option but to go forward, and that may be the scenario from the wide gate again. Here's Cat Rain moving in. This is the Thrifty handicap on our Group 2 race day program. 3 Group 2s. Set to jump. Gates fly back, and the starter caught them in a great line with Curvy Girl and Vashir only fairly away. Costa Nothing fired out of the gate, and she went booming to the early lead. Templet, Razor Jane and Miss Bowie between runners, with Lady Rimlap on the fence fast away. 2 lengths away, Cat Rain deep around Vashir, the stablemate. Bullabagisi getting back with Araloo and Star, and Curvy Girl is last of all. Costa Nothing in front hitting the first bend. Razor Jane rushing up a neck away second. 2 back Templet. On the rail behind them, Lady Rimlap. Cat Rain is 5th, but she's out there 3 deep. 1 Miss Bowie. Then Vashir 3 deep, but with cover behind her stablemate from Bullabagisi, Araloo and Star. And last as they pass the 800 metre mark, Curvy Girl. Costa Nothing in front under a vice-like grip, led by a length. Razor Jane sits second. 1 Templet. Moving up, Cat Rain off the track. Lady Rimlap on the rail. Bullabagisi, the Oaks winner, picking up ground inside Miss Bowie. Vashir's going to be very deep on the bend from Araloo and Star. And last of all is Curvy Girl on the bend, 450 to go. Costa Nothing in front, held together 3/4 on Razor Jane. Templet given full bore, so too Cat Rain. They're coming after the leader, and now Vashir hooked to the outside, and Curvy Girl to the centre of the track from Miss Bowie. Cat Rain raced to the front. Vashir, the stablemate, pecking it back quickly at the 200. They've raced away from Curvy Girl, Razor Jane and Costa Nothing. Cat Rain in front. Vashir's dying on a run, and Cat Rain burst clear, 50 to go. Cat Rain a length and a half. Vashir, Curvy Girl and Cat Rain all the way 3 deep, and she's still too good. She's beaten Vashir. Curvy Girl 3rd from Miss Bowie. Costa Nothing, Razor Jane, Templet, Araloo and Star, Bullabagisi, and last of all is Lady Rimlap. Cat Rain ridden by Corey Brown for John O'Shea. It was the O'Shea pair settling down to fight it out, and it was Brown and Beedman, and Corey's been able to level up a game with Darren. Cat Rain had a race 3 deep, the big shadow roll on all of the way, but she's found plenty. Vashir was 3 deep, but with cover. Vashir loomed up, got to Cat Rain, and no sooner had she got there, her run had ended, and Cat Rain has storm clear. 3rd prize going to Curvy Girl, showing her, or putting in her best Australian run. It's been a good performance by her. And 4th will go to, it looked like, Miss Bowie. Numbers confirmed, 7, 8, 3 and 2. The time is 1:23.67. 1:23.67, that's a record. Previous record, Jet on over, 1:24.64. And I'm sure John O'Shea had been dying to have her ridden back in the field, Cat Rain. Corey Brown grabbed hold when the gates opened. He had to sit out there 3 deep. There was nowhere to go, but she's given plenty. Winner is scored by a length and a half, a length and a quarter between 2nd and 3rd. A record, 1:23.67, 35.13 the last 6. And here's the TAB information. Number 7, Cat Rain, $10.260. Number 8, Vashir, $1.30. Number 3, Curvy Girl at $3.70. Exacta $19. Quinollas paid $7. Trifecta $195.70.
Okay, Terry, in the first 4, 7, 8, 3, 2, $1,032.80. John O'Shea resuming quite a few horses on the inner track today. Gold on Gold and Cash Kalani. Here's the $33 even, 2, 5, 1 and 3. Here's Greg at Flemington.
Ride by Darren Gauci to get Tuareg home. He slowed them down to around a 25.2 at one stage between the 1,000 and the 600. Here Hostess won the 2nd. She's now going for the Breeders' Stakes, a Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes, in about 3 weeks back here at Flemington. First was won by Feel On. Gates now being filled. Cook Street and Pelikalani locked into the first 2 stalls. Don't Tell Tom is ready, and Massindor goes up, and now the favourite River Dove takes her place. Won this race last year, first up with 54. Karamazoo ran 2nd in it last year. Has a good pull on the weights on that particular run from 12 months ago, but naturally River Dove's been a Group 1 winner since. Now they're just about ready to go. World Wind is going to be the last to move in. Takes up the outside stall, just the 7 running in the Sky Channel handicap. They're all in. set to go over the 1,000 metres. Racing now. And River Dove seemed to jump a little bit awkwardly. She's getting back a bit, and Massendor flies out in the early stages. Don't Tell Tom comes across with him to sit up in second, and Whirlwind near the outside rail and the yellow colours is prominent too. Karamazoo against the fences following Whirlwind, and they were being trailed then by River Dove between runners, and just off them Petakalani racing a bit deep, and Cook Street is last and coming close to the middle of the track. As they head along now, they're coming towards the 450 metre mark, and the leader is Massendor. Don't Tell Tom is under the whip. Next is Whirlwind. River Dove starting to make some ground, and then Petakalani and Cook Street the deepest runner, but Massendor has the lead. They come towards the 200. Massendor is being tackled now by River Dove. Don't Tell Tom, Petakalani and Cook Street deep out. They stretch across the track. River Dove striking the lead. Here comes Karamazoo. River Dove with Massendor coming back, and Karamazoo. River Dove, Massendor, they hit the line. Massendor might have kicked back here and beaten River Dove. Photo finish though, and Karamazoo's close up with them. Great finish to the race, and Cook Street just missing out fourth. Then came Don't Tell Tom and Petakalani, and back at the end of the field was Whirlwind. Stand by here. River Dove's hit the front, but Massendor has come back very, very strongly. Yeah, he's going to get it, number one. Massendor will come back and win after River Dove clearly headed him. Numbers are 1, 2 and 3. Massendor first, River Dove second, and Karamazoo third. 1, 2 and 3 official placings. Game win because River Dove claimed him after getting a split. She just couldn't quite finish the race off. Karamazoo produced a run from the back of the field, but then Massendor fought back and he's won. A wonderful record. It's his 40th start at 1,000 metres, and he's now won 16 of them with 9 placings. Here's a horse who's raced everywhere, including Darwin, Alice Springs, all around the eastern seaboard, and he's come to Flemington now and capped what has been a long and very successful career. 7 years of age, his 66th overall start, and victory number 18. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5.